Hey guys, Billy Davidson, Davidson Pressure Wash Painting, Hammond, Louisiana. Wanted to talk a little bit about curb painting. I had to delete the audio file that was originally with this video clip because at the time I didn't realize my phone case was kind of crooked and the audio was, man, really about 60 or 70% of it was no good. So I just deleted that that audio clip, and gonna just go over it with a voiceover here. As you see, we painted some red fire lane curbing by hand. We had the spray gun attachment off of our parking lot stripe and Titan 2850 machine. We could have done it with the machine. We elected not to because this was not all that big of a piece up front here in this very nice gated community. And we didn't want to run any risk of any overspray shooting past our shields, getting into the green grass there, and then they had some traffic walking by and foot traffic walking by, some kids playing, and a lot of nice cars driving by. And we just didn't want to run that risk. Now, we did have a lot of other hundreds and hundreds of feet of curbing in the back part of the property that we did do by the machine, with the machine. So here, we're doing this with a red acetone-based traffic paint from Sherwin-Williams. It's very quick drying. The temperature here is probably around 60 to 65 degrees, I believe. And it's drying within a minute or two. It's almost instantly. Sometimes with a little bit higher temperatures, it'll dry as you're putting it on. So most of the time when we're using this traffic paint, even doing parking lines, it's not necessary to use traffic cones even. So that's it's a really good traffic paint. We don't use it all the time. It has its spots that we use it, and then there's another type of paint that we use as well. We kind of switch between the two depending on the temperature of the subsurface that we spray in, and the ambient temperature and humidity as well kind of plays a part. So we just kind of toggle back and forth between these two paints, and they are interchangeable. If you have these different types of paints in the same bucket, it's still usable. So that's always good too when you switching colors and stuff. So on these curbings, right here we're doing a two-service repaint, and basically the riser and then the step. The step is the part that your foot would touch if you were walking across the top of it, and the riser is the vertical part. That's two services. Some of these curbings have multiple services to it, and we'll talk about that here briefly. First service would be to make sure it's clean, and whether you're power washing, scraping, debris in it, any grass growing over the top, we get a lot of that. You need to have an edger or some way of removing that grass, or someone that you can hire, a landscaper or something. But a lot of times we just do it ourselves while we're there. And so that would be one service. Another service would be to repair the broken pieces that are chipping off or crack filling, just to make it look presentable. In this subdivision, it's a high-end subdivision here, so if it were some of those issues, we would have addressed it. Another service would be painting that red 4-inch line that goes on the ground right on the side that riser. You've probably seen that on different curbings. It can be even if you got yellow curbing or white curbing or blue curbing, or of course it's red curbing, you can have that 4-inch line. That's also a service that we charge for. And the other service would be the stenciling. And within that stenciling, there is two sub-services in that, meaning you could, like in this situation, you could spray paint just the white letters on the riser. That would be one service there. The second sub-service in stenciling is if there was a red box on the ground in this specific case, and it was white letters in that red box. So that stenciling would be a two-service charge for that. And every service is a charge. The price varies depending on the quantity and footage you have, how bad of shape it is, how much debris you need to do, grass, that sort of thing. This was pretty clean curbing all throughout the complex, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I know years ago I did a Hertz rental car place there in Baton Rouge. They were just moving into the building, and they wanted the curbing to look great, and it did not look great. I mean, they had grass growing over it. There's some broken pieces. We had to do some joint sealing on it, like crack filling. It was just a mess, scraping, power washing, and it was 700 feet of curbing. And I had just looked back in my notes, and that's been about 5 or 6 years ago when the economy wasn't all that great as it is now. and it was 700 feet. And I looked back at the price; it was $8,600. So, you know, these curbings, don't overlook them. They can pay a lot of money, and you know, bring in a lot of revenue for your business. So, if y'all have any questions about this type of service in parking lot striping, or even if you're a power washer, you know, you want to start doing some of these curbings, give me a call, reach out. I can help you out any way I can. Help you out with some pricing on the stenciling and all these little different variations that go into price and curbing. My number is 985-345-0778. My name is Billy Davidson, and I'm the owner of Davidson Pressure Washing Painting.